the absolute most seductive trait you can cultivate, the most magnetic trait you can cultivate, the most charismatic trait you can cultivate is to be present during conversations. To listen completely to what they're saying with 100% of your mental energy, 100% of your thought, 100% of your focus. And when you're speaking, you give your thoughts and the words that express your thoughts 100% of your focus. The opposite of being present is to go up in meta land. What is meta land? Humans have this strange capacity to not only talk about things, but to talk about talking about things, or to think about talking about things, or to think about how the other person might respond to what we're talking about, or to worry about what the other person might think about what we're talking about. And the more you go up in meta land, the more you're wasting your mental energy focusing on all these things that are taking away from your presence. You can imagine a metaphorical meter that measures the percent of your brain energy that you're focusing on the conversation, the percent of your brain energy that you're focusing on the other person. And the closer this meter is to 100, the closer this metaphorical meter is to 100, the more attractive you will be. On the other hand, the less this meter is 100, the more it goes to 0, the more you're wasting all your brain energy worrying about what you're talking about, worrying about what you might say next, trying to become a chess grandmaster and think 18 moves ahead in the conversation, the less attractive you'll be. This is why cult leaders get away with doing such crazy things. One of the most common descriptions of cult leaders by people who escaped the cults is that when the cult leader talks to you, they are 100% present. They are 100% focused on the person they are talking to. And for someone to receive this from somebody else, that is a fantastic feeling. Very few people are actually listened to. Very few people actually feel very paid attention to. So you can crank your presence up to 100%, your focus, your mental energy, your attention at 100%. The other person will feel fantastic. And this is the secret of charisma, because when you focus with incredible presence on the other person, it doesn't really matter what words are being said. This is why cult leaders can get away with such crazy things. It's not the words they're saying, it's how much they believe them. It's how little doubt they have in their own congruence, in their own frame. So how do you practice presence? How do you practice the ability to trust your vast memory, to trust your vast unconscious to continuously feed you things to say? To trust your memory, to trust your experiences, to feed you stories and anecdotes and jokes to share in the conversation. To stop worrying about what to say next and just trust yourself to come up with what you can say next. And just say whatever you feel like saying with 100% of your energy, and focus on what they're saying and allow what they're saying to create a response in your brain, and your unconscious brain, and the superconscious brain, to come up with something to say. How do you practice this? One easy way is to practice meditating, because what is meditation but practicing the releasing of unwanted thoughts? And the more you practice releasing unwanted thoughts, the more you will build your presence muscle. So how do you meditate? Just sit down, get a timer, set it for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, close your eyes, and just breathe in, breathe out, and count your breaths. 1, 2. And whenever a stray thought enters your mind, breathe, release the thought, and start over at 1 again. You won't get very high, much higher than 3 or 4. People that have meditated for decades scarcely get to 10. So don't worry about how high you get. Just practice on releasing the unwanted thoughts. And so when you're in a conversation and you notice yourself, you're starting to go meta, just kind of mentally Release those thoughts and focus on the person you're talking to. Another way you can practice this is to practice talking to strangers. Ultimately, the goal, the ideal, is to be able to talk to a complete stranger, but feel as comfortable and present with them as you do with your closest friends. And just practice doing this will help you be able to do this even more. So start off wherever you feel like starting off, wherever you're comfortable starting off. Make eye contact with somebody and just remind yourself before you make eye contact to be present. Clear your thoughts of all negative thinking, negative chatter, all that other stuff. Just clear your mind and just look at them. Wait till they make eye contact with you and just hold that feeling with as empty brain as possible, focusing only on them. This is going to feel a little weird at first, but the more you practice this, the better it gets, the easier it gets, the more comfortable you will be. If you're not quite ready for people, this is going to sound strange, but practice with pets, practice with animals. A lot of people that practice public speaking have found that practicing public speaking in front of their pets is a great way to build confidence. So if you have a pet, just practice maintaining eye contact while doing the meditation clearing of your mind. And then you'll be able to build up enough skill to do this with real people. And just build upon that. But this is the most charismatic skill you can develop. And this is something you can practice every day. This is something that you can improve every day. If you practice meditation every day, you'll be able to strengthen your conversational presence. If you practice the eye contact exercise every day, you'll be able to improve your conversational presence. And when you have that conversational presence, when you start getting to 60, 70, 80 on that metaphorical meter, meaning that you're at 60%, 70%, 80% of your mental energy on the conversation, you will be perceived as absolutely charismatic, seductive, attractive, magnetic, and people will not be able to get enough of you. You won't need to worry about game. You'll just relax and speak whatever thoughts come into your mind. And when you speak those thoughts that come into your mind with presence, that will be enough. People will be naturally attracted to you. This is the secret skill of seduction, of persuasion, of game that most people are too afraid to even practice, because being present is not something that's comfortable for most people, because we tend to go up in meta land, because that's how our brains are calibrated. Are evolved or calibrated by evolution, because if we go into a new situation, our brains are hyperactive, wondering what might happen. That kept us alive in the past, but it's not necessary today. So you can train this out of your system. It's not going to be magic, but you will train this out of your system. You can train this out of your system. And the more you do these exercises, the more you train that meta thinking out of your system, the more you will develop this very, very rare presence that is so incredibly attractive, that is so incredibly seductive. And you will just be able to talk to people, and they will voluntarily want to help you do whatever you want to do with them. Whether that be hire you or buy something from you or go home with you or become romantically involved with you. So practice these exercises. Practice being present. Be aware of meta thinking and practice releasing that so you can become more present with whomever you're speaking with. And that will help you in any area of life that you want, in every area of your life. So try this out and let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions, please drop a note in the comments. If you'd like to learn more about self-improvement, hypnosis, self-development, check out the links below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.